weekly motivation with life in perspective. This is once more Tsepo Mohapi. I'm glad that you are able to join me this morning. We are going to continue talking about what we were discussing last week, and that is the element of, or the second element of human existence. And how do we counter the challenge of human existence and the dilemma that our existence actually presents? We had initially mentioned the issue of identity, and we had touched how important identity was in us resolving this complexity. We also had mentioned the issue of purpose, and we were talking about purpose last week, and we were talking about how purpose becomes a very important aspect of how we get direction and contentment in our lives. And we mentioned the importance of the fact that you get direction when you have purpose, because the purpose is the reason, the governing factors behind why you were created in the first place. So we were using several examples to determine what you actually would understand about purpose. And one of the examples we used is, if you look at any product that has been generated or created, it's created for certain purposes, for certain functions. It's created with certain abilities to support those functions. So you will find that even a human being in his creation, in how he was created to perform certain functions. He was perform certain functions, and he's given resources. He's given resources to be able to fulfill what those functions are. And those resources come in form of skills. Those resources come in form of talents. Those resources come in a form of unique abilities. And one of the things that I said is that you are doing yourself a disfavor if you do not take the time to understand yourself, to understand who you are, your abilities and your capabilities, and what you are able to do, your unique talents, those things that are different, that separate you from everyone else. Because this is what forms part of why you exist as a person. That element of being unique, that element of bringing a unique flavor into the earth, a unique flavor into your existence, a unique flavor into your existence in the world and what you are able to present. And I used several examples, and I said you will find that some people who came into this earth come because they are musical in a way. And they come and actually do several renditions, and they give us several aspects of their abilities and talents, whether it's a specific instrument. Some musicians are known for playing certain instruments. Some people are known for doing certain things that are unique to themselves. And you will find that each of those people are able to present a unique flavor into the earth because of what they are good at doing. Some are good with saxophone, some are good with piano, some are good with violin, some are good with the harp, some are good with different instruments, because even if they are musical, but there are also several aspects in which they can specialize in. So those are the type of things that you will need to then be able to now narrow into, in terms of you being able to determine what your purpose in life is. And we said one of those biggest things is the function. What is your function? What is your function as a person? And that function is what determines your ability. And I used an example, and I said, you know, when people design vehicles, they design vehicles with different functions. And you will find that if you design an SUV, you design an SUV so that it's able to travel in different terrains. If you design a sports car, you design a sports car because a sports car is meant to drive in smooth roads, because it's meant to be fast. Its function is to be fast. And you cannot drive with a sports car on a gravel road, because on a gravel road you are not necessarily meant to drive fast, but you are meant to drive in a ruggedized environment comfortably. So you will need a vehicle that's able to navigate that environment properly. But the function of that particular object that has been created, it's what determines where it can be used, which takes you to the next point, which is the environment, because you are allowed to work in a specific environment on the basis of your function. Your function determines the several environments that you can actually operate in. There are several things as a person based on your function, your talents, your abilities, and your capabilities. You have to avoid certain environments because they are not good for your functionality. They do not foster your ability to function well. You cannot drive a sports car in a gravel road because it does not function well as a sports car in that environment. Therefore, you need to then have a better understanding of yourself for you to be able to know that your environment becomes very critical. It becomes very critical. That is why you will find that those aspects of yourself are important, and which takes us to the next point, which is resources, which are the supporting tools that will help you to function very well well as a person. You need the resources, because the resources will help you function better as a person. They will help you navigate and be able to be much more effective, functional, to be more functional in the area of your purpose, to be more functional in your area of your purpose. And that will give you as a person a sense of existence. Because a lot of people today, yes, they have jobs and they're in careers. Some of them don't even enjoy what they're doing, because they are doing it because they just want to make money. They are doing it because they just want to take care of their families. They are doing it not because it's something that fulfills them, but they have to do it because there's no other way for them to survive. But there is a way out. A way out is sitting down and spending time with yourself to introspect and find out those things that you are good at. Find out those things that you are able to do them and you are able to enjoy them while you are doing them. And this is a very important aspect of our existence, to say we can enjoy existing and living on this earth by finding those things that we are good at, finding those things that we enjoy doing, finding those things that we've got the tools, we've got the skills and the talents to do. You'll find a person living their lives, yes, doing work, they are employed and they're doing this and they're doing this, or they are in business, they are doing this and they're doing that, but they are actually not fulfilled. They are actually not happy with their existence, because they are just merely doing it because they have to, not because they enjoy what they are doing. You see, a person that enjoys what they are doing, they are able to enjoy it even when things are hard, even when there are challenges, even when there are difficulties, even when there are things that are pushing them back. They are still able to enjoy what they do simply because they love what they are doing. They can withstand the pressure that comes with doing what they're doing, because yes, life has its own challenges. Life has its own things that it presents that will always push us back, that will always discourage us, that will always make us doubt ourselves, that will always make us question certain things about our existence. But if we love what we are doing, if we enjoy what we are doing, we are able to go through these challenges, not necessarily comfortably, so to speak, but we are able to go through them with confidence. We are able to go through them with contentment. We are able to go through, some people will say, even when you know the destination that you are going to, and it motivates you that you are going in a certain direction, but you still have to enjoy the journey going there. And not necessarily saying that you are not going to have challenges in the journey going there. You will have challenges, but those challenges are easily dealt with when you enjoy what you are doing, when you do what you love, when you do what you have been purposed to do, when you do, it is so much easier to say, I might not have everything I want in my life right now, but the fact that I understand my purpose and I know that I am in my purpose, that in itself can be motivation enough for you to wake up in the morning and go out there and make it work for yourself. It will be motivation for you to go out there and make sure that it works for yourself. And you push knowing that this is my purpose. You push knowing that this is what I was born to do. You push knowing that this is what I was brought to this earth to specialize in. This is my unique talent and this is my unique ability. And you'll find some people, a person has been in music from when they were young until they are old. And they are sitting in this one thing and they're enjoying it. Now, let me show you another example. You'll find some of the biggest wealth generators. I'm talking human beings that have been able to generate the biggest wealth in the world. Most of them are not doing 100 things at once. Most of them are not doing 10 things at once. And you can even see it sometimes when a person presents a business plan and you say, what does your company do? And they give company services. And they will give close to 20, 30 things that they are doing in one business, which does not make sense. Because the other person on the other end, when they look at that, they see confusion to say, what is it that you are actually good at? What is it actually that you do best? Even if you can present a business to me and say you need funding, or you present a profile and you say this is what we do as a business, the question that the next person will look at and say, I can see you've got 10, 15, 20 services, but what amongst these services, which of these services do you actually specialize in? Because if there is one thing that you specialize in, that is the one thing that you should push ahead of everything else that you do. And when that is the reason, and when that is what you put ahead, more than half the time you will find that you begin to get through people easier, because your purpose is well defined. Your purpose is clear. Your purpose is easy to understand, and it doesn't have confusion and a lot of other things that come with it. So you are helping yourself a lot to know. You look at the top 10 richest people in the world. Most of them are doing one thing. They are doing one thing. You look at Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett is just purely doing investment. He's not doing manufacturing. He's not doing development of IT ideas. He's not doing AI. He's not doing energy generation. He's not doing any of those other things. He is purely in investment. You look at Bill Gates. He's focusing on technology when it comes to software. That's what he focuses on. He doesn't do anything else outside that. You will not hear that Bill Gates is now manufacturing solar panels, or Bill Gates is no, he is focusing on that one thing. And all of this, Elon Musk, you look at Elon Musk. Elon Musk is in the IT space, and he specializes in innovations in that space. And those things are some of the things that you will need to then understand as a person, that if you are good with innovation, that's what you focus on. If you are good with manufacturing, that's what you focus on. If you are good with sales, that's what you focus on. Spend time to develop that thing that you are good at, because that is the thing that's going to make your life easier. That is the thing that will make your existence worth your while. It's what will make you stand out, and people will know you for that particular thing that you are good at. If you look at anyone that has ever caused waves and caused shocking waves across the globe, even in the country, those people are people that specialize in one particular thing. That is the one thing they are good at, and they are doing that thing, and they are consistently doing it. So when you mention the name of a person and you say Patrice Motsepe, people will say to you, okay, businessman, business developer. You know, yes, he started in mining, but his skills are in business development. That man has the ability to develop ideas that become real strong businesses. And that's what he's been focusing on. Now, if you look at, for an example, other people like Johann Rupert. Johann Rupert specializes in exotic and luxurious goods. And he sells really expensive things that are difficult to find. That's what he specializes in. All these other things that you see are just in the periphery. He just owns shares there, but he's not active in any of those businesses. His business that he's active in is luxury goods. That's what he does. And he's been doing that for years, and he has stayed with it, and he is making money. If you look at Ray Ackerman, the person that owns Ackermans and other stores, he specializes in retail, and he has always focused on that, and he's been good at that. Now, what I'm trying to show you is this, that purpose has the ability to catapult you into levels of success, into levels of growth that you yourself cannot even imagine. Only if you sit down, find out what you are good at, focus on those things, and you will begin to realize that your sense of existence begins to be more fulfilling to you. You are going to be more fulfilled. You are going to enjoy yourself. Your objectives are even going to make sense to you, and they will make sense to others. You are going to see your usefulness in this earth that you are living in. You are going to see your value. You will understand your value, and you will know that you will have necessary resources, and you will have the motivation that you need for you to get up every day and do the things that you need to do, simply because you have stuck to the things that you do best, the things that you enjoy, and the things that you love. Thank you very much. That's my motivation for the day.